guys, Colin here, and this is another Pedal Mods video. Today I've got the Boss Metal Zone. We all know how shit this pedal is, so let's make it better. If you look online, you find a few different modifications for the Metal Zone. Today I'm going to do one that's a diesel mod, that's diesel of diesel amps. I assume it's because it makes it sound more like a diesel amp, I'm not sure. There's also a Keeley mod as well, and a couple of others, so you don't have to follow this one if you don't want this one, but I'm going to do the diesel mod for this today. The elements that we're changing for this diesel mod will reduce the harshness of the pedal, it will fill out the dynamic range a bit more, and make the EQ a bit more usable than it was before. So grab your screwdriver and let's get inside this. This is the interior of the Metal Zone. The circuit board is a little bit crowded, but hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on here. There's a few components we want to change to do this diesel mod. We'll start with the capacitors. The first capacitor here, that's capacitor 42 if you're reading the board legends. You want to change this one to a 1 microfarad capacitor, but keep that capacitor when you take it off. We're going to use that later on. Capacitor 36 here, we're going to change to 0.1 microfarad. Two capacitors side by side here. Capacitor 35 is this one, and we want to remove it entirely. And capacitor 34 here we want to replace with the one that we took off from capacitor 42. So that one's changing to a 0.47 microfarad capacitor. Capacitor 25 here is going to be removed entirely as well. Now there's two tiny little diodes just nestled in here, diodes 4 and diode 3. Now D4, we want to change that to a 1N4004 diode, which is a quite common diode, so you should have no problem getting a hold of one of those. And diode 3 we want to change to a standard LED. I'll probably be using the LED from the indicator on the pedal, since I'll be changing the indicator LED to a super bright orange one. This is the completed diesel mod circuit board here. You can see I've got my new capacitors in here, and in here, and the replacement one there that I swapped from up here. A couple removed there, and there was the other one. You've also can see my LED instead of a diode, and the other diode in there behind it. So that is a simple enough switch, and that's what the circuit board looks like after completion. So you might be wondering just what these changes were actually doing for the pedal. Well, this big capacitor in here plus these two diode changes were to increase the dynamic fullness of the pedal, and removing the caps down his side and moving this one over was to reduce the harshness. So that's that treble bite that the pedal had. It was very harsh and thin, so removing the caps and the addition of that one was reducing the harshness. This cap and those two diodes filled out the dynamic range a bit more, and changing that capacitor 36 over the back there, that was to make the EQ a lot more useful than it originally was. So if you feel that you want to, not have as much fullness, you can maybe back off the value of this capacitor slightly, or if you like that harshness, maybe you want to leave some of these capacitors alone, maybe keep number 25 there or something like that. Experiment away and see if you can make the pedal sound the way you want it to. So that's the modification done. So we want to hear how it sounds now. I've got the audio for the beforehand. Unfortunately, I forgot to film video for it. So I'll have some stock pictures of the Metal Zone while the original sound's going on, and I'll probably sit here and slap my face while that's happening. But I'll have some video now for the modified Diesel Zone, Metal Zone. Diesel Zone? Let's call it the Diesel Zone. Go Diesel Zone! So that's quite a difference to the sound of this pedal. Of course, now the EQ is so much more usable, as you can see right here. With that reduction in the harshness and the filling out of the bass end, we need to look at our EQ a little bit more when we're dialing in our sounds, but we can get some excellent sounds out of this pedal now. I guess this was an exercise in polishing a turd, but now it's a nice shiny turd. So a good job for shiny turds. So hopefully you'll be able to improve the sound of your Metal Zone doing this diesel mod. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click this button and you'll see all my other content that I'm bringing out. Also available on the Facebooks and the Google+, and you can leave me a comment as well. All that's left me to say is keep it loud. See you later, guys.